Hey there, how we doing? My name is Sherilyn, and I am here to do your, what should have been your weekly reading. This one's actually now going to be the 3-day reading. It's going to be for Tuesday, October 14th through Thursday, October 16th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Sorry, I had a bunch of doctor's appointments and this and that. It didn't get done, but it's getting done now, so there you go. This one right here is going to be for my Capricorns. So let's see what you got going on, Capricorn. Let me look. Okay, let's see. For my Capricorns. Oh, come on. Okay. Where are we starting? Page of Pentacles. Alrighty. Followed by the Six of Pentacles. And then we get the challenge position, which is the Eight of Wands. So this is your backstory. This is what we're going to build on for this reading. Page of Pentacles tells me that here in the recent past, there was a situation that you were trying very hard to build a new foundation for. Okay. Your hope was that there would be a reciprocity within this dynamic that we're talking about, okay? You were hoping for reciprocity. There was definitely a focus on stability, security, things like that, okay? Yeah. It looks like possibly the person that you were dealing with was kind of incapable of delivering reciprocity because it looks like you were 100% focused on just this person, because this is a person, and they had other things that they had to split their time between, okay? For some of you, that meant there was somebody else they were giving to, but not all of you. Other ones of you, they could just be somebody who is very dedicated to their work or very dedicated to, I don't know, an ex with kids, or there was something else that was pulling on them, so they couldn't give as much as you were giving, okay? There was a lack of reciprocity, right? The challenge in this situation became the communication, okay? I believe you were still talking to each other, but you were not talking effectively. Like there was no effective communication. It became a real problem here in the recent past, okay? So this is your backstory. We couldn't change it if we wanted to. It's already happened, but this is what we're building off of. Okay, so where are you at currently? Currently, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Swords, and the challenge position is actually the Page of Swords. Okay, well, the Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Fortune, right? Whenever it shows up a lot lately. No, it seems like it's saying that the Wheel of Fortune is spinning in your favor, but it's quite possible that it doesn't feel like that to you, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, a spirit can see everything, so they see a much bigger, broader picture of life than you do. You see what's in front of you right now. They understand what needs to be changed or altered so that you can be in alignment with where you're supposed to be, right? All right, Three of Swords. There's no way to go around Three of Swords. That's all about heartbreak. The issue for me here is that the Three of Swords is falling out under the Six of Pentacles, which makes me feel as though there was definitely, quite possibly, a situation where somebody was not as invested in this particular relationship as you were, okay? Meaning I feel like somebody kept their options open or something like that. The card here, the challenge, is you trying to gain a sense of clarity on the whole thing. So there had to be a level of deception here, but you're trying to gain clarity with the Page of Swords. You're just doing it in a very indirect manner. I get the feeling you're going about it in this way because you don't feel like the person would tell you the truth if you asked them. So you have to be indirect, right? All right, let's keep going. What do we got in the near future? Queen of Wands, okay, Two of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. So you're presenting here as the Queen of Wands. You are that person. You see what you want, you go get it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to ask anybody if you can have it or anything. You just go get what you want, really. Two of Swords says that there's just a tremendous amount of confusion around this whole deal. And it's because you can't get an honest answer out of this person. The challenge here is that you've become very, very defensive, and so are they. They're defensive because they know they're doing something wrong. You're defensive because you know they're doing something wrong too. But I get a feeling you're having a very hard time proving it. That's what the issue is here. All right, what do we have on the bottom of the deck? 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups. So with the 6 of Swords, this is all about you trying to detach, basically, and move your life into calmer waters. 4 of Swords says you need time to heal. You were very invested in here, very. You were invested in this situation. And you felt they were invested too, and I think they were to a degree, but it's just, yeah. The 7 of Cups would tell me that you have plenty of options. It's not like this was the only crayon in the Crayola box, right? There's plenty of crayons in the Crayola box, but it's just this was the one that you liked, right? So this is a test in discernment now, so you have to go through your options and see if you can pick the one that's really going to be good for you, because this time it looks like maybe your picker didn't pick the right one, maybe. For some of you. Maybe for the others, it did pick the right one and that one changed. I don't know, but anyways. Okay, let's see what else we got here. You've got the Chariot, the 9 of Wands, and the Lovers. Well, you're not going to stay just stuck here for long, that's for sure. You're not in the mood to do that. So with the Chariot, there's going to be forward motion. But you're leaving this situation, it looks like, or moving forward in a very wounded sense. Yeah, I mean, you are feeling as though you've been let down. And I believe you have been, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I think you're having a hard time proving it. I think your intuition is screaming at you. I think you've got it basically figured out. But the pieces are not falling together for you because somebody's working very hard to make sure they don't. However, if you keep at it, they will fall together. Yeah. All right, let's see. What do we have for the days? Tuesday, I've got you with the 5 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. I think you're trying to pick a fight on Tuesday, to be honest, just to try to get reactions out of them or something, because you can't seem to find what you're looking for. Wednesday, what do I got? 4 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. This person is a soulmate to you, okay? But they are also juggling something, you and something else. Does not have to be a person. It could be, like I said, I don't know, kids, job or something, but something is taking their attention away from you to a degree that's not okay, right? Thursday, I've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Moon. What you're really clear on is that you don't want to make any, sudden moves because you know you don't have all the facts yet. So it's the wisest way to deal with this, right? You have to get all the facts, but I feel like it's starting to eat away at you right now because it just is. Because this person's in your face telling you one thing and you know you feel something else. All right, Capricorn, that's what I see in these cards for today. If this is not your story, then please don't try to make it fit, but that's what I got today. All right, there you go. Thanks.